afternoon, everybody. My name's Orlando Bell. Thank you for joining us today. We know that today, the day after our holiday, it's a very, very busy day, so we're going to respect your time. We're going to get straight to the point. But I just want to do a short introduction. We are Lead Maker, founded in 2011. We're not a new company. We've been around for a while. The majority of our business is within the insurance industry. We help agency owners like yourself and agents build their business, their book of business, helping you collect leads, build your network. And we do all this without, in a way where you're not breaking the bank and you're not locked into any long-term commitments. Okay, so we're going to show you some ways where how we use technology and people to help you generate these leads and help you build your network and your business. I want to turn over to my colleague, Mark. Mark's going to jump into this and tell you a little bit more about what we do. Mark, take it away.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, I'm sure you guys are well aware there's some new changes coming with the FCC around the TCPA. You know, there's huge changes, actually, if you take a look at it. And we've dissected the document that they've put out, and we've kind of made our own understanding of it. I will just put a caveat there. Of course, we're not lawyers. We have put in the bottom left there a QR code. If you have not actually read the original document, highly recommend you do. That's a link directly to the FCC with their document. Maybe you want to get a lawyer to read it. But this is what we've taken from it, right? It's really about consent, okay? And we all know that we need consent to call people when you get leads and things like that. But this is about vague consent. So if you can imagine, when those big lead companies put on there, our third-party companies can reach out, right? And that can be, you know, a generic ad, and it goes out, and then they say any of our third-party companies can ring, and then suddenly, you know, they sell that 8 times to 8 different agents. That practice basically has to stop. You have to get consent for Joe Blogg's insurance company to reach out, and that person can reach out. So no more vague consent. You have to have that very kind of one-on-one consent now, and that's the same on for calling as well. So when a lead is created via a cold call, it has to be from that particular company. So yeah, when calling as well, so even if it's not you calling, if somebody else calling for you, you have to very explicitly identify who is calling. It can't be XYZ company. It has to be very specific. So what we perceive from this really is that the whole lead generation industry, particularly the big guys that I'm sure you're buying leads from, is all going to change. It's going to become a lot more complex for those guys to create the leads, particularly because they can't sell it, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. That's one of the biggest difficulties here. But we see it as an opportunity, which we're going to talk about. But just so you know, there's been you know, predictions of fines kind of between the 500 and 1,500 per violation. So it's quite hefty fines that obviously you don't want to face, and that's long before we start talking about class action suits. And we all know there's predators out there who wait to be called from the DNC and start all their litigation, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's very good if you are up to date with these rules. But these are the, you know, key takeaways we think that's going to affect insurance agents.
Yeah. Now, let me just jump in there, Mark, as well. Yeah. So the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. So the landscape's going to be changing for insurance, and for not just insurance, but every business out there in the United States that's dealing with, you know, cold calling and buying leads and all that kind of stuff. The landscape is changing. Obviously, the robocalls, the text, you know, drips, the constant bombardment is kind of what they're wanting to shield the public from, if you will. So basically, bottom line for you is this: how can you mobilize? How can you change the way you do business so that you stay compliant and you can continue to grow and scale your business without it affecting you? And that's basically what you're going to learn here today. We're going to show you some new ways that you can take your agency and actually skyrocket your agency by incorporating new techniques, new strategies. And I think that's what this is really all about. We don't want to scare you. I mean, obviously, you know, people are still going to be cold calling. There's still ways around it, like what Mark said, in getting that consent. There's ways to do that. And we'll show you how to do that, and we'll work with you on how we can customize and strategize around that. But so you're going to learn some really cool stuff. So hopefully you're taking notes. We will send out, after this call, we will send out a replay as well, so you can watch it in your spare time. we'll move on to the next slide. Mark, go ahead and take it over from here.
Well, this is just these are kind of the options moving forward, right? You've got some options ahead. You don't have to just think it's going to shut down and everything. These are the ways that you can move ahead. So we're going to take you through each of these. But ultimately, you have the option now to create your own lead funnels. The things that those big companies who sell you leads, you're kind of on an even playing field now with them. So you can actually create your own leads, which will be, truly just for you. And yeah, we'll go through that. We're going to talk about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is amazing. All you guys know, all the professionals are on there, and there's a way to utilize that and bring value out of that. So we're going to go through that. We're going to talk about inbound organic leads. These are absolutely amazing leads, obviously, because they're people in market, and they find you. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the utilization of virtual assistants, which really can help scale a company. So we're going to take you through all four of these, and we'll start with the lead funnels.
All right, let's get into it. This thing, it doesn't have to be expensive. Okay, that's the one thing I want you to take away from this. You don't, obviously, the big companies like EverQuote, Quote Wizard, and all these big companies out there, they're spending millions of dollars to generate, millions of leads or hundreds of thousands of leads. And then you're buying a lot of these small agencies, they're buying up these leads and so on and so forth. What we're going to talk to you about today is how can you replicate what they do, but on a smaller scale, because, most agents, they're statewide based. Maybe they're licensed in California or Florida, for example, and you might have a very specific niche. How can you utilize technology, build a website, a funnel, if you will, and get people hitting that funnel and actually inquiring from, for that service? So let's take life insurance as an example. You're looking on the screen as a way you can be personalized. It's not like some random company that's basically trying to sell you life insurance. Think about it from the consumer side of it, right? If you're selling your brand as an insurance agent, people want to see you. They want to know who they're dealing with. They want to feel that the confidence. And so, as you can see here from Adam Noah, this insurance agent for marketing his life insurance policies, right? You can customize that, put your face on there, put your local brand on there. So let people feel like, oh, you're a community person. You're right there in downtown Orlando, Florida. You're servicing people in the area that need help, need services. So we can, what we're going to talk to you about today is how do you build that? How do you create a lead flow that's going to come in and help you generate those inbound inquiries? Wouldn't that be great if you could just wake up every morning as local insurance agent in your town, and you just open up your emails and you're flooded with people that are looking for quotes, auto, home, life, health, Medicare, whatever it is, boom, it's right there. They're coming into you. You're not buying, you're not trying to sell something. You're not having to cold call people. You're not throwing money away at leads that are garbage, which, let's be real. We all know that when you buy all these leads from vendors, a large percentage of those go nowhere. It's a lot of it's just a waste. Why not have those inbound inquiries from real people that are really looking for what you're selling? And that's what we're going to be talking to you about today. You guys got any feedback on that, Mark?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's so nice to have somebody local, right? If you are especially if you're in a small town and you put it out there that you want, auto insurance, and then people from all corners of that state suddenly start calling you, hammering your phone every day. You can imagine that from the consumer point of view. But if you see like this one, and it's Adam, or maybe it's Orlando that, captures that, and it's him on there, and then he's the one that reaches out, that's a much nicer, like seamless kind of experience for the consumer anyway. Yeah, so I think it works quite well. What do you think, Orlando?
Yeah, I definitely want to add to that. That's like, that's insurance agent 101, right? You want to be involved in the community. You want people to recognize you. That was always when I first started. I want to be at the grocery store and somebody says, hey, you're that guy that I saw on social media, or you're that guy I saw wherever. You're the insurance guy. On the billboard. And you can accomplish that in a few different ways. And some of the ways we're going to share with you right now. And if you don't mind, I'm going to just, gentlemen, I'm going to just kind of share what we do really, how we utilize the virtual assistant. because once these things, like Lance was mentioning it, once these things start rolling in and you start getting these leads, we all have this issue where how do you duplicate yourself? How do you not get caught up in the administrative part of your job? Because there's two sides of this business, and that's where you can utilize somebody, a virtual assistant. I mean, COVID gave us one thing, right? We all know how to work virtually, and it's not unusual to have employees or people that are working for you virtually and having them do your back end work so that you can focus on the front end, the sales, because you are the face of your business, right? So having somebody do the paperwork, have someone doing the cross selling, having somebody set up your policy reviews and things like that, that's invaluable. I mean, I'm an agency owner myself here in California, and I'm telling you, that was a game changer for me. I mean, I'm in the Bay Area, so the minimum wage is ridiculous. But being able to hire somebody virtually and pay them a minimal amount and have somebody qualified that I choose, that I train, and have them do the work for me is just, again, invaluable game changer. And these methods that we're teaching you, these are tested. These are things that I've done in my agency. They work, and that's why I'm here as well. So I'm hoping, keep your ears open, listen more, take some notes, and we would love to, of course, talk to you further when we have more time. But Lance, I'll turn it back over to you.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Absolutely,
Orlando. Thank you for that. And the big question here is why? Why do why should you be looking at doing something different for your agency? And I just got a couple of points here. Number one, we all know that this thing's happening, the TCPA, the FCC ruling, all that stuff's happening. So you want to stay compliant, right? You want to be safe in the way you're marketing and all that. You don't want to get hit by those fines and fees. I think Keller Williams just got a $400,000 fine. Somebody else, some big final expense company, got like $4.5 million or something like that. So they're out there, they're getting fined and all that stuff. So you want to stay safe, you want to stay compliant. How about a higher close rate? How about better ROI for the money you're spending in your marketing budget? Yeah, we're all limited in how much money, where you're going to put that money, and how you're going to spend it to get the inbound leads, right? How about putting it towards some things that are going to generate you a higher percentage close? How about a 90% close rate? I know we're not getting that when you buy a cold lead and you try to cold call, and 90% of the time they're not answering. It's getting a voicemail because you got 7, 8, 10 different agents out there calling that same lead. That's an issue. Okay, we're going to talk to you about higher close rates, ROI, exclusivity. So these are your leads. They're not, somebody else isn't calling on your leads. These are people that are actually talking directly to you and you only, your online asset. And then it's lower cost. Spending a certain amount of money, thousands of dollars you might be spending on different types of advertising. You can lower it. You can probably trim your advertising budget down because your close rates are higher. You've got a better quality candidate. So these are just some things, and I don't want to keep, saying the same stuff, but I just want you to understand the power and what we're, the transition that's happening right now. So moving on to our next product that you can start to utilize to take your business forward is LinkedIn. Just about everybody has a LinkedIn. It's great for B2B, meaning let's say you're going after commercial insurance or you're going after employee benefits. We're using LinkedIn in a way to connect with small, medium sized businesses, maybe up to 500 employees pretty easily, connect with, construction firms, architectural firms, medical offices, retail stores. You can find all those business owners in your local community, connect, establish a relationship, nurture those conversations, and you've got consent. You don't have to, you don't have to send out a notice. You don't have to try to get consent another way. You've got it because you've got an interaction between your LinkedIn profile and that person who connected with you, who understands what you're offering, and then they want to set up an appointment and they want to get a quote. That's the bottom line. That's the epitome of what the TCPA guidelines are looking for, is consent. Through LinkedIn, you get that, okay? And you can target everybody. So it doesn't have to be for business insurance. It doesn't have to be for your for employee benefits. We're using LinkedIn right now to get auto insurance quotes, homeowners insurance, life insurance. We're building referral partnerships with mortgage brokers, realtors, law offices from family law firms who are sending referrals for life insurance leads, Medicare. all kinds of different ways that you can use LinkedIn in a way that can generate you a tremendous amount of income for your business. And you can do it at super low cost. It's not going to break the bank. Okay. It's very, very low cost. And we can talk to you more about that at another time. Maybe Mark or Orlando, one of you might want to talk just for a minute, maybe a story of what we did for one of our clients recently using LinkedIn.
Yeah, I could think of an example. So we work with lots of different insurance agents, and some people, yeah, absolutely love to chase businesses, right? Owners of, plumbing firms, electricians, HVAC, all those types of businesses. Whereas some people actually don't want to go after business insurance, and they want to go after, families. So they're actually going to target, I'm sure you guys have been on LinkedIn. You can see the filters that are on there. You can see job title and industry and things like that. And so you can actually just search the people who have a generally higher income, but they're localized, your neighbors, basically. So you can target all the people who are engineers, engineers and contractors. Yeah, like anyone you feel like might have a sort of higher income, even like doctors and all sorts who are in your area. And actually start to pitch them. And, these are things that you can do yourself. You can jump onto LinkedIn and write messages to people and do all that type of thing and pitch people. You see there we got, make your profile great, choose who you're going to target, connect with them, start sharing, pitch, and obviously keep following up and all of that kind of thing. We of course are telling you this because we sell this as a service and we handle everything for you. But if you've got 24 hours a day to sit on LinkedIn, this is the stuff you can do yourself. But it's an amazing way to connect with everyone. Sorry, Orlando.
No, real quick. And I'm speaking from experience here because this is what I've done. Now, you all know about what's happening here in California, how hard it is to write insurance, especially personal lines, homeowners, even auto is affected. It's almost impossible. So this right here, this one tool is what saved my agency. Like literally, I'm now able to write and connect with business owners and write business insurance, workers' comp insurance, general liability policies. I mean, there's plenty of that business out there, and it's a lot easier to write, to be honest. So, and of course, you can make more money with the bigger policies there. So this actually works, and I definitely would hang my hat on that. I use this pretty exclusively, and I have leads every day. No joke. So
yeah, and you can imagine when Orlando reaches out to these people, he's not coming through generically, right? It is his photo on his profile with his brand. When they are talking and they're engaging and they want to have a discussion, they're engaging truly with him. There's no better exclusive or highly engaged lead out there because they're dealing directly with him.
Exactly.
So that's how powerful they can be.
Your local market. Like we had one farmer's agent, if I recall correctly, the outreach was contacting restaurants because he's a restaurant guy, and we found an example from farmers where he wrote. He basically saved the owner of a tavern or a very famous sports bar $6,000 a year in premium, and he was able to provide $900,000 more in coverage, workers' comp, general liability. So that example being used and talking to other restaurant owners on LinkedIn and sharing that story, wow, you wouldn't believe the number of restaurant owners who were, how can I get a quote? I want to know more about that. I want to see how I can save. And that it just blew up. So just as an example, that's the kind of stuff that you can do when you're communicating and nurturing and building relationships with that particular type of client. So moving forward though, okay, so we got LinkedIn, and if you don't know how to do the LinkedIn, if you're not skilled at that, talk to us. We can schedule time with you to do a one-on-one, maybe a private consultation with you. Happy to share with you all of our special sauce. Okay, how do you get more inbound leads? Well, I'm going to show you one right here. We've got clients right now. I've got Allstate. I've got farmers. We've got some independent agents right now that are basically dominating in their city. For example, the city of Austin, Texas, or maybe the Portland, Oregon, where they're becoming number one anytime somebody's searching for auto, home, life, whatever it is you want to go after. It doesn't have to be commercial. It doesn't have to be PNC. You might be a benefits broker. You might be a Medicare agent. Whatever you want to go after, guess what? There are people out there searching for that. They want to know where to find an agent that can provide that service. Where are you pulling up? Do a search, okay? If you type in your city, wherever you are located, Google knows exactly where you are, and you type in auto insurance agent near me, what pulls up? What's the first 3 people in that search? Boom, you can see right there on the screen. Those 3 that basically Google promotes as what they call the 3-pack. They get about 80 to 85% of all the searches go through those top 3. So if you're not in the top 3 in your city for various keywords, you're missing out on tens of thousands of dollars, okay? You're probably missing out on hundreds of searches that are coming in of inbound organic leads that you could be getting every single day coming into your inbox and using those to close deals like lightning, okay? Do you want to close deals? Do you want better quality leads, a higher conversion rate? Let's get your Google. And let me tell you something. It's not all about Google either. Google is the top performing search engine right now in the world. But, there's fast moving search engines out there like DuckDuckGo. There's Brave. There's other search engines out there that are growing. There's Bing. We're seeing a great spike in Bing and ChatGPT, AI bots that are out there now that people are searching for insurance lines, mobile telecommunications. So people are using their mobile phones right now through Siri or Google Voice to search. They're not even typing on a keyboard anymore. So the landscape is changing. It's changing dramatically, and it's changing fast. If you want to get involved, you want to get your business skyrocketing, and I'm talking 3 months or less, we can literally have you tracking at the highest rate on your Google business and on the search rankings within 3 months. We've got some strategies going. If you want to, there's ways to do this, guys, and I don't want to give all our secret sauce away here, but you can go after RV owners to get homeowners. You can go after boat owners to get auto owner, multiple cars, umbrella policies, homeowners policies. There's things you can do that, is low-hanging fruit, which produces a tremendous amount of value quickly. Okay. So that being said, I'm going to move on because I know I told you guys we're going to try to keep this short. I know we're running a little bit over right now, but last but not least, having a virtual assistant. Orlando already kind of basically covered it. You can have somebody in your office working for you remotely at a very low rate. Okay, and it's here in the Philippines where we're based. We're managing a team of folks that are trained on insurance. They know how to upsell. They know how to cross sell from homeowners to auto to homeowners, upselling the policies. We know how to do that. We've been trained for years on this. We know the Allstate systems. We know the Farmers, Apex. We know Independence, Easy Links. We've got it all figured out. We've been doing this for years. If you want to bring somebody in that can help your organization grow, maybe you can offload some extra work, talk to us. Okay, talk to us. We can help you grow your business. Orlando's been using some of our virtual assistants for various things over the years. Orlando, you want to just a real quick story, maybe?
Yeah, again, started off real part-time, just answering phones. That was another one. All the incoming phone calls that grew as I learned to trust that person. I gave them more tasks to do, to the point where I have a couple of virtual assistants. My first one has been with me for now over 5 years, and she's my right-hand person, helping me with almost everything. She can almost do what I do. So when I'm out in the field working, she's handling things in the office. So invaluable.
Yeah, and they can also run and manage your social media. So how many of you are spending, or how many of you are even managing your Facebook or growing followers and using social media in a way to generate write more policies? Well, if you're not, you're leaving thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on the table. Have somebody part-time, a couple hours a day, writing posts, engaging with people, engaging with followers, writing stuff about your services, and booking appointments for you. Believe me, folks, we are doing it every single day. Our team knows what they're doing. We can help you. And we're talking like few $100s a month to be able to do something like this. It's very inexpensive. So if you're interested in maybe taking your business, maybe learning a little bit more, moving faster for 2025, schedule some time with us. Seriously, would love to walk you through these 4 areas that we just kind of talked about. You want to get ads generating those inbound so you don't have to buy leads anymore? Let us know. Again, it's not going to break the bank. Nothing here is going to cost you more than $1,000, much less than that generally. Okay, Google My Business, very affordable, but you're going to start generating inbound organic leads. Telemarketers, VAs, running and managing your social media, booking appointments, live transfers, appointment setting, follow-ups, getting quote information, whatever you need, we can do it, right? And then last but not least, our LinkedIn program. If you want to go after business owners, you want to go after other types of business in your local community, let us know. We're masters at it, and we can help you. We can help you do it. So with that being said, folks, you've got our right there on the screen. You've got a QR code. If you want to go to our website, learn a little bit more, book an appointment, we'd love to meet with you privately on a one-on-one. Okay. Thanks for your time today, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Hopefully we'll see you on a meeting soon. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Okay, bye.